It's all on you. This year, it's up to you to make the change. No one else can do it for you. Not your friends, not your family, not some motivational video. You have the power and the ball is in your court. No more excuses. You want a better life? It's not going to come from wishing or hoping. It comes from doing, from taking action. Stop looking for someone else to give you the answers. You already have them inside you. The truth is, you're the only one who can save yourself. No one else can pull you out of bed, push you into that gym, or make you put down that bad habit. It's you, only you. Get serious about your goals. Write them down. What do you want this year? What are you going to change? How will you make sure that the next 12 months are different from the last? Because time won't wait. The world won't stop spinning for you, so stop wasting time. Every single person has 24 hours in a day. It's what you do with those hours that makes the difference. Don't waste them on things that don't matter. Don't wait for someone to tell you when to start. It's time to decide that today, right now, you're going to be better. You're going to be stronger. It's not easy, but that's the point. It's supposed to be hard. It's what separates the ones who make it from the ones who don't. So decide now that you're going to make the change. Decide now that you're going to do whatever it takes. No one's going to do it for you. It's up to you. Always has been, always will be. Start now, not later. Today is the day. Not tomorrow, not next week, not when things feel right. Right now. Stop telling yourself that you'll get to it later. There is no later. It's just a lie you tell yourself to avoid doing the hard stuff. You know what you need to do, so why wait? If you keep putting things off, nothing changes. You'll look back a year from now and wonder where the time went, why you're still in the same place. But if you start now, if you take that first step, you'll be ahead of where you were yesterday. That's progress. It's not always going to be easy, but it's always going to be worth it. Forget about perfection. You don't have to be perfect to start. You just have to begin. Get rid of the excuses. Get rid of the waiting. The only person holding you back is you. It's time to stop letting fear and doubt keep you from taking action. Start with one small step, then take another. Keep moving forward even when it's uncomfortable. Before you know it, those small steps will add up to big changes. But you have to start now. Not later, not when it's convenient. Now is all you have. Now is when you change your life. Set your goals high. Don't aim for average. Aim for greatness. What's the point of setting goals if they don't push you beyond your comfort zone? If your goals don't scare you a little, then they're not big enough. You've got one life. Why settle for anything less than what you truly want? Quit thinking about what's wrong in your life. Start focusing on what's right and what could be even better. It's easy to get caught up in all the things that aren't perfect, to let your mind get stuck on problems. But problems are just opportunities in disguise. Use them to fuel you, to push you to reach higher. When you set high goals, you set a new standard for yourself. You're telling yourself that you deserve more, that you can achieve more. It's not about being better than someone else, it's about being better than you were yesterday. It's about proving to yourself that you have what it takes to get there, even when it's tough. So don't limit yourself. Don't settle for just getting by. Set goals that force you to grow, that force you to become the person you need to be to achieve them. Because when you aim high, even if you fall short, you'll land far beyond where you started. And that's how real progress is made. Motivation versus discipline, don't confuse the two. Motivation feels good, but it's not always there when you need it. One day, you wake up ready to conquer the world. The next, you can't even get out of bed. That's the problem with motivation. It comes and goes, like the weather. You can't rely on it. Discipline, though. Discipline is different. Discipline doesn't care how you feel. It's what makes you show up on the days when you don't want to. It's what gets you out of bed, even when you'd rather hit snooze. Discipline doesn't ask you if you're in the mood. It tells you that it's time to work, whether you feel like it or not. Motivation might get you started, but discipline keeps you going. It's what separates those who reach their goals from those who give up halfway. Anyone can be motivated when things are easy, but it's discipline that makes you push through when it's hard. It's discipline that keeps you on track when the excitement fades. So don't wait around for motivation to strike. Build your discipline. Make it a habit to show up, to put in the work, day after day, no matter what. Because that's where the real change happens. Not when you're feeling inspired, but when you're showing up, even when you're not. Consistency is key. It's not about how hard you go for one day. It's about showing up every single day, even when it's tough. Anyone can give their best when they feel good, but the real test is who keeps going when the excitement wears off. That's where the real growth happens, on those days when you don't want to, but you do it anyway. Consistency beats talent every time. It's easy to be great for a moment, but it's hard to be great for a lifetime. That's why so many people fall off. They can't stick with it. They give up when it gets boring or when they don't see results right away. But those who stay consistent, they're the ones who make it. They're the ones who keep moving forward, even when progress is slow. When you're consistent, you're telling yourself that your goals matter. You're proving to yourself that you're serious, that you're not just in it for a quick win. It's not always glamorous, it's not always fun, but it's worth it, because each day you show up, you get a little better, a little stronger, a little closer to where you want to be. So don't quit when it gets hard. Don't stop just because you're tired or because the progress is slower than you expected. Keep going, keep grinding, keep putting in the work. In the end, it's consistency that will get you to the finish line. It's consistency that will make the difference between dreaming and achieving. Push beyond comfort. Comfort is easy, but it keeps you stuck. It's that warm, safe place that tells you to stay where you are, to not take risks, to keep doing what you've always done. But nothing great ever comes from staying comfortable. Growth starts when you step outside of that comfort zone, when you decide that you're done playing it safe. You have to push yourself, even when you don't feel like it. Especially when you don't feel like it. It's those moments when you want to quit, when you want to turn back, that matter the most. That's where you find out what you're made of. That's where you discover your true strength. Anyone can push when things are easy, but how many people push when it's hard? When you go beyond comfort, you find new limits. You break through barriers that you thought would hold you back forever. It's not about being fearless, it's about being willing to face your fears, to face discomfort, and to keep going anyway. Because on the other side of that struggle is where you'll find the life you want. So don't settle for the easy way. Don't back down when things get tough. Push through the pain, push through the doubt, push through the fear. You'll come out stronger, better, and closer to your goals. It's hard, but it's worth it. And when you look back, you'll be proud that you didn't stay comfortable. You'll be proud that you chose to push beyond. Turn off distractions. Shut out the noise. We live in a world full of distractions, your phone, social media, endless notifications, all fighting for your attention. They're easy to get lost in, but they steal your time, your focus, your energy. If you want to get serious about your goals, you have to cut out the distractions. You have to create space for yourself, a space where you can think, plan, and work without interruption. It's not easy, but it's necessary. Every time you check your phone, every time you scroll through feeds, you're pulling yourself away from what matters. It's like letting little drops of your time slip away, and before you know it, your day is gone and your goals are left untouched. Distractions are the enemy of progress. They keep you from going deep into your work, from really focusing on what's important. It's hard to make progress when you're constantly getting pulled in different directions. So you have to make a choice, your goals or your distractions. Which one matters more? Turn off the noise, put the phone down, close the apps, give yourself time to focus on what you want to achieve. It's in those quiet moments, away from the noise, that you'll find clarity and direction. You'll be amazed at how much you can accomplish when you're not constantly distracted. It's not about doing more, it's about doing what matters. Focus on your goals, and the rest will take care of itself. Find your purpose. You need a reason to keep going when things get tough. A purpose gives you direction, something to aim for. Without it, you're just drifting, letting the days pass without any real meaning. But when you find your purpose, everything changes. Suddenly you have a reason to get out of bed, a reason to push through the hard days, a reason to keep fighting. Your purpose doesn't have to be grand or perfect. It just has to matter to you. It's not about what others think or what they want for you. It's about what drives you, what makes you feel alive. When you know your purpose, you stop feeling lost. You have a path, and you know where you're going. Take some time to think about it. What makes you feel fulfilled? What are the things you would fight for no matter how hard it gets? That's your purpose. And once you found it, hold on to it. Use it to fuel you, to keep you moving forward when everything else tells you to quit. With purpose, you find strength you didn't know you had. It's like a light in the darkness, guiding you through the toughest moments. And it doesn't matter how many times you fall when you have a purpose, you'll always get back up. So don't settle for a life without meaning. Find your purpose and let it be your reason to keep going. From planning to action, this is where most people get stuck. It's easy to dream, easy to make plans, easy to write down your goals. But the real challenge starts when you have to turn those plans into reality. It's the hardest step because it means you have to put in the work day in and day out without any guarantees. Action is what separates the dreamers from the doers. It's where you find out if you're serious about your goals or just pretending. Anyone can make a plan, but not everyone will put in the effort to see it through. It's not enough to just know what you want. You have to be willing to do whatever it takes to get there. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. It doesn't exist. The only time you have is now. Take the first step, no matter how small. Even if it feels like you're stumbling in the dark, keep moving forward. Because every step you take brings you closer to your goals, closer to the life you want. Don't just talk about what you're going to do, show it. Show it through your actions, through the time and energy you put in. Make the decision that you're not just going to plan, you're going to do. And when you do that, when you stop just thinking about it and start taking action, you'll realize that's where the real progress begins. Embrace the hard days. They're not setbacks, they're opportunities. The days when everything feels like it's against you, when every step feels heavier than the last, those are the days that matter most. Anyone can keep going when things are easy, but it's the tough days that make you stronger, that build your character, that test how much you really want it. When things get hard, most people give up. They think it's a sign to stop, a reason to quit. But the truth is, those hard days are what shape you. They teach you resilience, they teach you patience, and they teach you to keep pushing forward no matter what. The struggle is where the growth happens. If you can learn to see challenges as a chance to get better, nothing can stop you. It's not about wishing for an easy life, it's about becoming someone who can handle the hard days. When you embrace the tough moments, you're not just surviving, you're thriving. You're proving to yourself that you can take whatever life throws at you and come out stronger on the other side. So don't run from the hard days, face them, push through them, let them mold you into a better version of yourself. Because when you look back, you'll realize that it was those tough moments that made you who you are. They were the turning points, the moments when you decided to keep going when it would have been easier to quit. And that's what makes all the difference.